Most people waste their entire 20s and 30s trying to save their way to wealth, only to end up broke, stressed, and stuck. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly where to put your money so you don't just survive, but actually build real freedom, retire early, and never fear going broke again. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, because no one's teaching you how to actually grow wealth from the ground up like this. If you're serious about changing your money story, this is where it starts. You're in your 20s or 30s, standing at the crossroads of your financial future. The world is buzzing with possibilities, but also with noise, endless advice, trending investments, and the constant pressure to get ahead. Your paycheck feels like it's burning a hole in your pocket, and the question looms large: where should you put your money? It's not just about paying bills or splurging on that dream vacation. It's about building a foundation for the life you want, one that's secure, fulfilling, and maybe even a little extraordinary. The choices you make now, in these vibrant, formative years, can ripple through decades, shaping your freedom, your peace of mind, and your ability to live life on your terms. So, let's dive into a clear, no-nonsense guide on where to put your money in your 20s and 30s. A roadmap designed to inspire you, empower you, and spark that fire to take control of your financial destiny. Money in your 20s and 30s is more than just currency. It's opportunity. It's the chance to plant seeds that grow into wealth, stability, and the power to chase your dreams without fear. But the world doesn't make it easy. Social media flaunts lifestyles that seem just out of reach, while the cost of living keeps climbing, and the pressure to have it all figured out can feel suffocating. The truth is, you don't need to have all the answers right now. What you need is a plan, a way to make your money work for you, not against you. This isn't about chasing get-rich-quick schemes or copying the latest crypto craze. It's about making smart, intentional choices that align with your goals, whether that's buying a home, starting a business, or simply having the freedom to walk away from a job you hate. Let's break it down step by step, with clarity and heart, so you can feel confident and excited about where your money is going. First, let's talk about the foundation: getting your financial house in order. Before you can invest in stocks, real estate, or that side hustle you've been dreaming about, you need a solid base. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't start with the roof, would you? The foundation starts with understanding your cash flow. Take a hard look at what's coming in and what's going out. This isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. Grab a notebook or open a spreadsheet and track every dollar for a month. Your morning coffee, that subscription you forgot about, the rent, the groceries, everything. This exercise isn't meant to make you feel restricted, it's meant to set you free. When you know where your money is going, you can redirect it toward what matters most. Once you've got a handle on your cash flow, the first place to put your money is an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. A car breaks down, a job falls through, or an unexpected medical bill lands in your lap. An emergency fund is your safety net, your peace of mind, and it's non-negotiable. Aim to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. Start small if you have to. $500, $1,000, whatever you can manage. Open a high-yield savings account, where your money can earn a little interest while staying accessible. Every dollar you tuck away here is a step toward security, a buffer against life's curveballs. Imagine the relief of knowing you can handle a crisis without spiraling into debt. That's the kind of freedom that makes every other financial decision easier. Now, let's talk about debt. If you're in your 20s or 30s, chances are you've got some student loans, credit card balances, maybe a car loan. Debt can feel like a weight dragging you down, but it doesn't have to define you. The key is to tackle it strategically. Focus on high-interest debt first, like credit cards with double-digit rates. These are the ones that grow like weeds, stealing your future income. Use the avalanche method. Pay the minimum on all debts, then throw every extra dollar at the one with the highest interest rate. Once it's gone, roll that payment into the next highest. It's not just about paying off debt, it's about reclaiming your power. Every payment is a victory, a step toward financial independence. If your debt feels overwhelming, don't be afraid to seek help. Nonprofit credit counseling or debt management plans can offer clarity without judgment. While you're building that emergency fund and chipping away at debt, don't sleep on retirement savings. Yes, retirement might feel like a lifetime away,
But your 20s and 30s are the golden years for setting yourself up. Time is your greatest asset here, thanks to the magic of compound interest. Let's say you put $5,000 into a retirement account at age 25, earning an average of 7% annually. By age 65, that could grow to over $70,000, without you adding another dime. Start with your employer's 401k if they offer one, especially if there's a match.
That match is free money, like a bonus for being smart. Contribute enough to get the full match, then consider a Roth IRA. With a Roth, you pay taxes now, but your withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. It's like giving your future self a gift. Max out these accounts if you can, but even $50 a month makes a difference. The key is to start now, because every year you wait is a year of growth you'll never get back.
With your foundation in place, emergency fund growing, high interest debt shrinking, retirement savings started, it's time to think about investing. Investing isn't just for the wealthy, it's for anyone who wants their money to grow over time. The stock market is one of the most accessible ways to build wealth, and you don't need to be a Wall Street wizard to get started. Index funds are a great place to begin. These are baskets of stocks that track the market, like the S&P 500, and they're low cost and low risk compared to picking individual stocks.
You can start with a small amount. Some platforms let you invest with as little as $10. Set up automatic contributions, so your money grows without you having to think about it. Over time, the market's ups and downs smooth out, and history shows it trends upward. Think of it as planting a tree today that will shade you tomorrow. Real estate is another avenue to consider, but it's not for everyone. Buying a home in your 20s or 30s can be a smart move if you're ready to stay put for at least 5 years. A home isn't just a place to live, it's an investment that can appreciate over time. But don't rush into it just because everyone says you should. Crunch the numbers, mortgage, taxes, maintenance, and make sure it fits your budget. If homeownership feels out of reach, don't stress. Renting while investing in other areas, like stocks or a side hustle, can be just as powerful. If you're intrigued by real estate but don't want the hassle of a property, consider real estate investment trusts REITs. These let you invest in real estate without dealing with tenants or repairs, and they often pay dividends.
Speaking of side hustles, let's talk about investing in yourself.
Your 20s and 30s are prime time to boost your earning potential. Your income is your biggest wealth building tool, so don't shy away from putting money into education, skills, or starting a business. Maybe it's a coding bootcamp, a certification in your field, or even a few $100 to launch that Etsy shop you've been dreaming about. Investing in yourself isn't just about immediate returns, it's about increasing your value in the marketplace. A $2,000 course that lands you a $10,000 raise is a no-brainer. And don't underestimate the power of a side hustle. Whether it's freelancing, tutoring, or selling handmade goods, that extra income can supercharge your savings, debt payoff, or investments. Now, let's address the shiny objects, the trendy investments that flood your feed. Cryptocurrency, NFTs, meme stocks, they're tempting, and the stories of overnight millionaires are hard to ignore.
But here's the truth. These are high risk, and most people lose more than they gain.
If you're curious, educate yourself first. Understand blockchain, market volatility, and the risks of unregulated markets. If you decide to dip your toes in, treat it like a trip to the casino, only use money you can afford to lose. A good rule of thumb is to keep speculative investments to less than 5% of your portfolio. The bulk of your money should be in proven, steady growers like index funds or real estate, not in bets that could vanish overnight.
Let's pivot to something less tangible but just as crucial, your financial mindset. Money isn't just numbers, it's emotional. It's tied to your hopes, your fears, your dreams. In your 20s and 30s, it's easy to fall into comparison traps, feeling like you're behind because your friend bought a house or your coworker's always on vacation.
But your journey is yours alone. Focus on your goals, whether it's financial independence, traveling the world, or starting a family. Write them down. Make them real. Then align your spending and saving with those goals. If you want to travel, set up a dedicated savings account for it. If you dream of starting a business, start funneling money into a dream fund. Every choice you make with your money is a vote for the life you want. One practical way to stay on track is budgeting with intention. The 50-30-20 rule is a simple framework. 50% of your income goes to needs, housing, bills, groceries, 30% to wants, dining out, entertainment, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Adjust it to fit your life. Maybe you're more aggressive with debt or want to save more for a big goal. The point is to create a system that feels natural, not punishing. Automate as much as you can. Set up direct deposits to your savings, retirement, and investment accounts. When your money moves without you having to think about it, you're more likely to stick with it. Insurance is another piece of the puzzle that's easy to overlook but vital. In your 20s and 30s, you might feel invincible, but life has a way of surprising you. Health insurance is a must. Medical bills are a leading cause of bankruptcy. If you're renting, get renter's insurance. It's cheap and covers your stuff in case of theft or disaster. If you have dependents, consider term life insurance. It's affordable and ensures your loved ones are taken care of if the worst happens. These aren't glamorous purchases, but they're acts of love, for yourself and those who rely on you. They let you take risks, like starting a business or switching careers, without fear of losing everything.
Let's not forget about giving back. It might sound counterintuitive when you're focused on building wealth, but allocating a small portion of your money to charity or causes you care about can be incredibly fulfilling.
It doesn't have to be a lot, even $10 a month to a local food bank or an organization that resonates with you. Giving rewires your brain to see money as a tool for good, not just a means to an end. It keeps you grounded, reminding you that wealth isn't just about accumulating, it's about impact.
As you navigate these financial decisions, seek out knowledge. Read books like The Millionaire Next Door or Your Money or Your Life.
Listen to podcasts, follow financial educators who resonate with you, but be wary of influencers pushing quick fixes. Surround yourself with people who share your goals or inspire you to aim higher. If you can, find a mentor, someone who's walked the path and can share their wisdom. And don't be afraid to consult a financial advisor, especially for big decisions like buying a home or planning for retirement. Look for a fee-only advisor who acts as a fiduciary, meaning they put your interests first.
Taxes are another area where a little effort goes a long way. In your 20s and 30s, you might not think much about taxes beyond filing every April, but understanding the basics can save you thousands. Take advantage of tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks, IRAs, or HSAs, health savings accounts. If you have a high-deductible health plan, these reduce your taxable income and let your money grow faster. If you're self-employed or have a side hustle, set aside 25–30% of your income for taxes to avoid a nasty surprise. And keep an eye on deductions. Things like student loan interest or charitable donations can lower your tax bill. You don't need to be a tax expert, but a little knowledge here can stretch your dollars further. Let's talk about lifestyle inflation, the silent wealth killer. As your income grows, it's tempting to upgrade your life. A bigger apartment, a fancier car, more expensive nights out. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your money, but unchecked lifestyle inflation can derail your goals. Before you upgrade, ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? If you're saving for a house but splurging on a luxury car, you're trading one dream for another. A simple trick is to save the raise. When you get a promotion or a new job, funnel most of the extra income into savings or investments before you get used to spending it. This keeps your lifestyle steady while your wealth grows. Another key to financial success in your 20s and 30s is staying adaptable. The world changes fast, new technologies, new markets, new opportunities. What worked for your parents might not work for you. Stay curious. Keep learning. If you're interested in sustainable investing, explore ESG funds. If you're drawn to entrepreneurship, study up on small business loans or crowdfunding. The point is to stay open to new possibilities while sticking to the timeless principles of saving, investing, and living below your means. Your 20s and 30s are a time to experiment, take calculated risks, and figure out what works for you. Let's zoom out for a moment. All these strategies, emergency funds, debt payoff, investing, insurance, are tools, not the end goal. The real goal is freedom. Freedom to live where you want, work on what you love, and face life's uncertainties with confidence. Every dollar you save, invest, or use wisely is a step toward that freedom.
It's not about being rich for the sake of being rich, it's about having choices. It's about waking up in your 40s, 50s, or beyond and knowing you build a life that reflects who you are and what you value. As you move forward, remember that progress, not perfection, is the goal. You'll make mistakes, maybe you'll overspend 1 month or miss an investment opportunity. That's okay. What matters is that you keep going. Celebrate the small wins, the first $1,000 in your emergency fund, the credit card you paid off, the first time your investments earn a dividend. These moments are proof that you're taking control, that you're building something real. And don't go it alone. Talk about money with your friends, your partner, your family. Break the taboo. Share your goals, your fears, your successes. Money is personal, but it doesn't have to be isolating.
Your 20s and 30s are a time of incredible potential.
You're not just investing money, you're investing in yourself, your future, and the life you want to live. Every choice you make now is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. So choose with intention. Choose with courage. Choose with hope. Your money is a tool, and you're the architect. Where you put it today can shape a tomorrow that's not just secure, but extraordinary. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in the power of your own decisions. The future is yours to build.
The journey of managing your money in your 20s and 30s is like embarking on an epic adventure. One where the stakes are high, the rewards are life-changing, and the path is yours to carve.
You've laid the foundation with an emergency fund, tackled high-interest debt, started saving for retirement, and dipped your toes into investing. But the road doesn't end there. Now, it's time to deepen your strategy, explore new horizons, and embrace the mindset that will transform your financial decisions into a legacy of wealth, purpose, and possibility. Let's keep moving forward, with passion and clarity, to uncover more ways to make your money work for you, fuel your dreams, and create a life that feels as vibrant as your ambitions. One of the most powerful places to put your money in your 20s and 30s is into experiences that broaden your perspective and sharpen your skills.
This isn't about reckless spending, it's about strategic investments in your personal growth. Think about travel. Not the Instagram perfect kind, but the kind that challenges you to see the world differently.
A trip to a new country, even on a budget, can teach you resilience, adaptability, and cultural awareness, qualities that translate into better decision-making in life and work. Or consider spending on experiences closer to home, like workshops, conferences, or networking events in your field. Dropping $200 on a seminar where you meet a mentor or learn a skill that boosts your career can pay dividends far beyond the cost. These investments in yourself aren't just about immediate gratification, they're about building a richer, more capable version of you, one who's ready to seize opportunities others miss.
Let's talk about entrepreneurship, because your 20s and 30s are the perfect time to take a swing at building something of your own. Starting a business doesn't mean you need to quit your job or pour your life savings into a risky venture. It can be as simple as turning a hobby into a side hustle or testing an idea with minimal upfront costs. Platforms like Etsy, Upwork, or even social media marketplaces make it easier than ever to launch a small venture. Maybe you're a graphic designer who can freelance on weekends, or a fitness enthusiast who can offer virtual coaching.
The key is to start small, reinvest your profits, and let your business grow organically. Put money into the tools you need, a website, a good laptop, or professional branding, but be smart about it. Research free or low-cost resources first, like open-source software or online courses. The beauty of entrepreneurship is that it's not just about money, it's about creating something that's yours, something that can grow into a source of income and pride.
Another area to consider is diversifying your income streams. Relying on a single paycheck is like balancing on one leg. It works until something knocks you over. In your 20s and 30s, you have the energy and flexibility to experiment with multiple ways to earn. Beyond a side hustle, think about passive income opportunities.
These don't have to be complex. For example, if you've got a spare room, consider renting it out on Airbnb, but check local regulations first. If you're creative, you could create digital products like e-books, printables, or online courses that sell while you sleep. Even investing in dividend-paying stocks or REITs can generate a small but steady stream of income. The goal isn't to replace your main income overnight but to build a safety net of cash flow that gives you options. Imagine the confidence of knowing that if one income source falters, you've got others to lean on.
Let's dive deeper into investing, because this is where your money can truly multiply over time. Beyond index funds, explore other asset classes that align with your risk tolerance and goals.
Bonds, for instance, are less volatile than stocks and can provide steady income. Treasury bonds or municipal bonds are relatively safe and can balance out the riskier parts of your portfolio. If you're intrigued by individual stocks, focus on companies you understand, ones you use or believe in.
But don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is your shield against market swings.
A simple rule: never invest more in a single stock than you're willing to lose. If you're drawn to alternative investments, like peer-to-peer lending or crowdfunding platforms, do your homework. These can offer higher returns but come with higher risks. The key is to allocate your money across different assets: stocks, bonds, real estate, maybe a small slice for speculative bets, so your financial future isn't tied to one outcome. Real estate deserves a closer look, because it's more than just buying a home. If you're not ready to own property, consider house hacking, a strategy where you buy a multi-unit property, live in one unit, and rent out the others to cover your mortgage. It's a way to build equity while minimizing costs. Or look into fractional real estate investing, where platforms let you buy shares in properties for as little as a few $100s. These options let you tap into real estate's wealth-building potential without the full commitment of traditional ownership. But beware, real estate isn't a quick flip. It requires research, patience, and a willingness to deal with occasional headaches, like maintenance or tricky tenants. If it fits your lifestyle and goals, though, it can be a game changer.
Let's pivot to something often overlooked: your credit score. In your 20s and 30s, your credit score is like a financial passport. It opens doors to better interest rates, loans, and even job opportunities. Put money into maintaining or improving it. That means paying bills on time, keeping credit card balances low, and checking your credit report for errors.
You can get a free report annually from each of the three major bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. If your score is low, don't panic. Focus on consistent, small actions, like paying down debt and avoiding new credit inquiries. A strong credit score can save you thousands on a mortgage or car loan, freeing up money for other goals. Think of it as an investment in your financial reputation. Now, let's talk about protecting your wealth as it grows.
In your 20s and 30s, you're not just building assets. You're building a life that needs safeguarding. Beyond health and renter's insurance, consider disability insurance. If an injury or illness keeps you from working, this coverage replaces a portion of your income. It's especially crucial if you're in a physically demanding job or rely on your income to support others. Another layer of protection is an estate plan. Yes, it sounds morbid, but even a simple will can ensure your assets go where you want if something happens. It's not about how much you have. It's about making sure your wishes are honored. These steps aren't flashy, but they're acts of responsibility that let you pursue your dreams with confidence. One of the most underrated places to put your money is into relationships, not just romantic ones, but friendships, family, and professional networks.
Money spent on a coffee date with a colleague, a gift for a loved one, or a plane ticket to visit family can strengthen the bonds that make life meaningful.
These connections also have financial benefits. A strong network can lead to job opportunities, partnerships, or advice that saves you from costly mistakes. Be intentional about nurturing these relationships, but don't keep score. Give generously, your time, your support, your resources, and you'll find it comes back in ways you can't predict. A dinner with a mentor who shares one game-changing idea can be worth more than a stock tip. Let's address the emotional side of money again, because it's easy to get caught up in numbers and miss the bigger picture. In your 20s and 30s, you're shaping your relationship with money, and that relationship will influence every financial decision you make. Fear can make you hoard every penny, missing out on life's joys. Greed can push you toward risky bets that backfire. The goal is balance, seeing money as a tool, not a master. Practice gratitude for what you have, whether it's a small savings account or a paid-off credit card. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. And when you feel overwhelmed, step back and reconnect with your why. Why are you saving? Why are you investing? Maybe it's for a future family, a dream home, or the ability to give back.
Keeping your purpose front and center makes the sacrifices feel worth it. Technology can be your ally in this journey. Apps like YNAB, You Need a Budget, or Mint can simplify budgeting, while platforms like Wealthfront or Betterment make investing accessible with low fees and automated portfolios. If you're curious about crypto or other cutting-edge investments, use trusted platforms and enable two-factor authentication to protect your accounts. But don't let tech overwhelm you. Pick a few tools that work for you and stick with them. The goal is to make managing your money easier, not to drown in notifications or analysis paralysis. Let's explore the idea of financial independence, because it's a dream that resonates with so many in their 20s and 30s. Financial independence doesn't mean you're a millionaire. It means you have enough to cover your living expenses without relying on a paycheck. The FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, has inspired many to rethink their approach to money. The math is simple but powerful. Save and invest aggressively, live below your means, and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. Even if early retirement isn't your goal, the principles of FIRE, frugality, intentional spending, and consistent investing, can give you flexibility. Maybe it's the ability to take a year off to travel or start a business without financial stress. Calculate your FI number by multiplying your annual expenses by 25 based on the 4% withdrawal rule. It might seem far off, but every dollar you invest now brings you closer. For those with an entrepreneurial spirit, consider putting money into a freedom fund, a dedicated account for taking calculated risks. This could be for launching a startup, going freelance, or even taking a sabbatical to pursue a passion project. The idea is to give yourself permission to dream big without jeopardy of financial ruin. Start with small contributions, $50 a month, or whatever you can spare, and let it grow alongside your other savings. Knowing you have this fund can make bold moves feel less daunting, whether it's pitching a new idea to your boss or leaving a job to pursue your own venture. Let's not ignore the power of community in your financial journey. In your 20s and 30s, you're likely surrounded by peers who are also figuring it out. Start a money club with friends, meet monthly to share tips, set goals, and hold each other accountable. It's like a book club, but for your finances. You might discover new strategies, like a friend who's mastered credit card rewards or another who's investing in solar energy projects. These conversations normalize talking about money and make it less intimidating. Plus, they're a reminder that you're not alone in your struggles or ambitions. As your income grows, taxes become an even bigger factor. Beyond tax-advantaged accounts, look into other ways to optimize your tax strategy. If you're a freelancer or small business owner, deductions for home office expenses, equipment, or even travel can add up. If you're planning to buy a home, understand how mortgage interest deductions work. If you're charitably inclined, donating appreciated stock can save on capital gains taxes while supporting a cause. You don't need to be a CPA, but a basic understanding of tax strategies can keep more money in your pocket. Consider meeting with a tax professional once to map out a plan, especially if your financial situation is getting complex. Let's talk about the long game, legacy. In your 20s and 30s, you're not just building wealth for yourself. You're setting the stage for the impact you'll leave behind. Maybe that's passing down financial wisdom to your kids, supporting causes you care about, or creating a business that outlives you. Put money into things that align with your values, whether it's investing in sustainable companies, donating to organizations making a difference, or saving for your future family's education. These choices give your money meaning beyond the numbers. They remind you that wealth isn't just about what you have, it's about what you do with it. One practical step to keep your finances on track is to review your plan annually. Life changes fast in your 20s and 30s, new jobs, relationships, moves. Set aside a day each year to check your progress. Are you on track with your emergency fund? Have your goals shifted? Are your investments performing as expected? This isn't about obsessing over every penny, it's about making sure your money is still working toward the life you want. Adjust as needed, but don't overreact to short-term market dips or life's hiccups. Consistency and patience are your superpowers. Let's address the fear of missing out, because it's real. In your 20s and 30s, you're bombarded with stories of people striking it rich, whether it's crypto millionaires or startup founders. It's easy to feel like you're falling behind if you're not chasing the next big thing. But here's the truth: slow and steady often wins. The tortoise beats the hare because it doesn't burn out or take reckless risks. Stick to your plan, but leave room for calculated bets. If you want to explore trends like AI startups or green energy, do it with a small portion of your portfolio, say, 5-10%. The bulk of your money should stay in reliable, diversified investments that grow over time. This balance lets you stay curious without jeopardy of derailing your future. Another way to put your money to work is through automation. Set up your financial life like a well-oiled machine. Automate your savings, investments, and bill payments so you're not tempted to skip a month or overspend. Apps can help, but even a simple bank transfer schedule works. For example, have 10% of your paycheck go straight to your 401k, 5% to your emergency fund, and 5% to a brokerage account. Automation removes the emotional tug of war of deciding what to do with each paycheck. It's like putting your financial goals on autopilot, freeing you to focus on living your life. Let's touch on philanthropy again, because it's not just about giving money, it's about amplifying your impact. In your 20s and 30s, you might not have millions to donate, but you can still make a difference. Consider micro donations to causes you care about, or volunteer your time, which is just as valuable. If you're passionate about a cause, research organizations to ensure your money is used effectively. Sites like Charity Navigator can help. Giving doesn't just help others, it rewires how you see wealth. It's a reminder that money is a tool for good, not a scoreboard. As you build your financial plan, don't shy away from dreaming big. Your 20s and 30s are a time to imagine what's possible. Maybe you want to retire to a beach house, start a nonprofit, or travel the world indefinitely. Whatever it is, let that vision guide your choices. Break it down into actionable steps. If your dream is a $500,000 beach house in 20 years, calculate how much you need to save and invest monthly, factoring in inflation and returns. Tools like compound interest calculators can make this less daunting. The point is to connect your daily financial habits to your biggest aspirations. Every dollar you save or invest is a brick in the foundation of that dream. Let's not forget the importance of mental health in this journey. Money stress is real, especially in your 20s and 30s when you're juggling career, relationships, and big life decisions. If you're feeling overwhelmed, put money into your well-being. That might mean a gym membership to relieve stress, a few sessions with a therapist to work through money anxiety, or even a mindfulness app to stay grounded. Your mental health is the engine that drives your financial decisions. If you're burned out or paralyzed by fear, you're less likely to save, invest, or take smart risks. Prioritize yourself, because you're your greatest asset. One final area to consider is legacy planning, not just for after you're gone, but for the life you're building now. In your 20s and 30s, you're laying the groundwork for how you'll be remembered. Maybe it's through the business you start, the family you support, or the causes you champion. Put money into things that will outlast you, like a scholarship fund for students in your community or a trust for your future kids. Even small contributions now can grow into something meaningful. And don't underestimate the power of teaching others, whether it's your siblings, friends, or future children, about money. Sharing what you've learned creates a ripple effect, changing lives beyond your own. As you navigate this financial adventure, remember that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Your 20s and 30s are about planting seeds. Some will sprout quickly, others will take decades to bloom. Embrace the journey with patience and optimism. Every step you take, whether it's saving your first $1,000, paying off a loan, or investing in your dream, moves you closer to a life of freedom and purpose. You're not just managing money, you're crafting a story of resilience, ambition, and impact. So keep going. Keep learning. Keep dreaming. Your future self is cheering you on, and the life you're building is worth every effort. Please subscribe to this channel and enable the notification bell so you'll be alerted whenever we upload a new video. You're standing at the threshold of your financial future, in the vibrant, possibility-filled years of your 20s and 30s. The choices you make now, where to put your money, how to wield it as a tool, or like brushstrokes on a canvas that will one day reveal the masterpiece of your life. You've already built a foundation with an emergency fund, tackled high-interest debt, started investing for retirement, and explored ways to grow your wealth through stocks, real estate, and side hustles. But the journey is far from over. It's time to dive deeper, to uncover more strategies, ignite your ambition, and embrace the mindset that will not only secure your financial future but also inspire you to live with purpose and courage. Let's keep moving forward, with heart and clarity, to explore where to put your money to create a life that's not just stable, but extraordinary. One of the most transformative places to put your money in your 20s and 30s is into building your personal brand. In today's world, your reputation, online and offline, is a currency of its own. Investing in yourself as a brand means curating how the world sees you, whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, freelancing, or launching a business. This doesn't mean you need to become an influencer with a million followers. It's about intentionality, spending on things like a professional headshot, a polished LinkedIn profile, or a personal website that showcases your skills. Maybe it's $100 for a domain name and a clean website template, or $300 for a course on public speaking to boost your confidence in meetings. These small investments can set you apart in a competitive job market or attract clients to your side hustle. Your brand is your story, and putting money into telling it well can open doors you didn't even know existed. Let's talk about the power of mentorship, because surrounding yourself with the right people is worth every penny. In your 20s and 30s, you're still figuring out who you are and where you're going. A mentor, whether a paid coach, a seasoned professional in your field, or even a trusted friend, can guide you through decisions that shape your financial future. Consider investing in a career coach if you're feeling stuck or unsure about your path. A few $100s for a handful of sessions could clarify your goals or help you negotiate a raise that pays for itself tenfold. If formal coaching isn't in the budget, spend on small gestures, like treating a mentor to lunch or attending a networking event where you can connect with someone who's been where you want to go. These relationships are investments in wisdom, and the insights you gain can save you from costly mistakes or propel you toward opportunities you'd never find alone. Another overlooked area to put your money is into systems that save you time. Time is your most precious resource in your 20s and 30s, and every hour you free up is an hour you can spend building wealth, learning, or simply living. Think about outsourcing tasks that drain you. Maybe it's $20 a week for a meal prep service so you're not spending hours cooking, or $50 a month for a cleaning service to reclaim your weekends. If you're running a side hustle, consider tools like accounting software or a virtual assistant to handle repetitive tasks. These expenses aren't frivolous, they're strategic. By freeing up mental and physical energy, you can focus on high-impact activities, like learning a new skill, networking, or growing your investments. The key is to weigh the cost against the value of your time. If an expense saves you 10 hours a month and you earn $30 an hour, that's $300 of potential income you've unlocked. Let's explore the idea of investing in your health, because your body and mind are the engines that drive your financial success. In your 20s and 30s, it's easy to feel invincible, but small investments in your well-being now can save you thousands in medical bills later. Put money into preventative care, regular checkups, dental cleanings, or even a gym membership that keeps you active. If you're prone to stress, and who isn't, consider a meditation app or a few therapy sessions to build resilience. Mental health is especially critical when you're navigating the pressures of money, career, and life. Even something as simple as a $10 yoga class or a $15 journal to track your thoughts can make a difference. Your health is the foundation of your ability to earn, save, and enjoy your wealth, so treat it like the asset it is. Now, let's dive into the world of alternative investments, because your 20s and 30s are a time to explore beyond the basics. While index funds and real estate are solid, there are other ways to grow your money that align with your interests. For example, if you're passionate about sustainability, look into green bonds or funds focused on renewable energy. These investments support companies tackling climate change while offering potential returns. If you're tech savvy, consider angel investing in early stage startups, but only with money you can afford to lose. Platforms like Seed Invest or Start Engine make this more accessible than ever. Or, if you're a collector at heart, think about tangible assets like art, rare coins, or even vintage watches. These require expertise, so start small and educate yourself, but they can diversify your portfolio and add a spark of excitement to your financial journey. The key is to keep these alternative investments to a small percentage of your portfolio, say, 5–10%, so you're not betting the farm on unproven ventures. Let's talk about the gig economy, because it's a goldmine for your 20s and 30s. The rise of platforms like Uber, Fiverr, and TaskRabbit means you can turn your skills or spare time into cash with minimal upfront costs. Maybe you're a writer who can pick up freelance gigs, or you've got a knack for photography that can land you weekend wedding shoots. Put money into the tools you need to succeed: a good camera, a reliable laptop, or a course to sharpen your skills. The beauty of the gig economy is its flexibility. You can scale up or down based on your life's demands, and the extra income can go straight to your emergency fund, investments, or debt payoff. Plus, these gigs can be a testing ground for bigger entrepreneurial dreams, giving you real-world experience without the risk of quitting your day job. Another powerful place to put your money is into financial education. Knowledge is the ultimate force multiplier. The more you understand about money, the more confidently you can navigate investments, taxes, and life's big decisions. Spend on books, podcasts, or courses that break down complex topics into actionable insights. Classics like Rich Dad Poor Dad, or The Intelligent Investor, are great starting points, but don't stop there. Follow financial educators on platforms like X who share practical tips without the hype. If you're curious about a specific area, like options trading or real estate law, invest in a targeted course from a reputable source like Coursera or Udemy. Even $100 spent on learning can save you thousands by helping you avoid bad investments or capitalize on opportunities others miss. Knowledge compounds just like interest, and it's an investment that pays off for life. Let's not forget about the power of community investing. In your 20s and 30s, you're part of a generation that values impact as much as profit. Community investing means putting your money into initiatives that uplift local economies or underserved groups. This could be through crowdfunding platforms that support small businesses in your area or microfinance programs that empower entrepreneurs in developing countries. Organizations like Kiva let you lend as little as $25 to individuals building businesses worldwide, with the potential to get your money back plus a small return. These investments align your money with your values, creating a ripple effect of good while still contributing to your financial growth. It's a reminder that wealth isn't just about what you gain, it's about the difference you make. One practical strategy to stretch your dollars is mastering the art of frugality without sacrifice. In your 20s and 30s, it's tempting to equate spending with success, but true wealth comes from living below your means. This doesn't mean deprivation, it means being intentional. Put money into experiences or items that truly light you up, and cut back on what doesn't. For example, if you love coffee but spend $5 a day at a cafe, invest in a $50 coffee maker and save $1,500 a year without losing the joy of your morning brew. Or, if you're a foodie, host potlucks instead of expensive dinners out. These small tweaks add up, freeing up cash for your bigger goals. Frugality isn't about saying no to everything, it's about saying yes to what matters most. Let's explore the idea of a life fund, a dedicated pool of money for unexpected opportunities or pivots. In your 20s and 30s, life can change in an instant: a dream job in another city, a chance to study abroad, or a sudden inspiration to start a business. A life fund is separate from your emergency fund and meant for seizing moments that align with your vision. Maybe it's $1,000 to cover moving costs for a career opportunity, or $500 to attend a conference that could change your trajectory. Start small, even $20 a month, and let it grow in a high-yield savings account. Knowing you have this fund gives you the courage to say yes to life's surprises without derailing your financial plan. Another key area to put your money is into building resilience against economic shifts. The world is unpredictable. Recessions, job market changes, or global events can shake even the best laid plans. In your 20s and 30s, you're agile enough to adapt, but it helps to have a strategy. Diversify not just your investments but your skills. Spend on learning something new, like digital marketing, coding, or even a trade like carpentry, that can keep you employable in any economy. If you're in a volatile industry, consider a recession-proof side hustle, like tutoring or pet sitting, that thrives even in tough times. And keep an eye on your cash reserves. Having a slightly larger emergency fund, say, 6 months instead of 3, can give you breathing room if the economy takes a hit. Let's talk about the power of negotiation, because it's a skill that pays for itself. In your 20s and 30s, you're likely hitting key career milestones, new jobs, promotions, or freelance contracts. Putting money into learning how to negotiate can boost your income dramatically. A $50 book on negotiation or a $200 workshop could help you secure a $5,000 raise, a better freelance rate, or lower interest on a loan. Practice negotiating smaller things first, like your cable bill or a car purchase, to build confidence. The goal isn't to be aggressive, it's to advocate for your worth. Every extra dollar you negotiate is money you can put toward your goals, compounding your wealth over time. Another exciting area to explore is impact investing, where your money supports causes you believe in while generating returns. Beyond green bonds, look into funds focused on social justice, affordable housing, or healthcare innovation. These investments let you align your portfolio with your values without sacrificing growth. For example, funds that invest in women-led businesses or minority-owned startups can offer both financial and social returns. Research is key, check the fund's track record and fees, but the payoff is a portfolio that feels like an extension of who you are. It's a way to make your money a force for good while still building your wealth. Let's not ignore the role of fun in your financial plan. Your 20s and 30s are about balance, working hard, dreaming big, but also enjoying the ride. Put money into experiences that recharge you, whether it's a concert with friends, a weekend camping trip, or a cooking class with your partner. These moments keep you grounded and remind you why you're working so hard. Budget for fun intentionally. Maybe 10% of your income goes to joy spending. It's not about blowing your savings, it's about creating memories that fuel your motivation. A life without joy is unsustainable, and your financial plan should reflect that. As you build wealth, consider the role of philanthropy in a broader sense. Beyond donations, think about how your skills and resources can create change. Maybe it's mentoring young professionals in your field, volunteering your expertise to a nonprofit, or even starting a blog to share what you've learned about money. These acts don't always require cash, but they amplify your impact. If you do give financially, explore donor-advised funds, which let you contribute now, get a tax deduction, and decide later where the money goes. It's a flexible way to make giving part of your financial DNA. Let's talk about homeownership again, because it's a dream for many in their 20s and 30s.
If buying a home feels out of reach, don't despair.
Put money into preparing for it, save for a down payment, improve your credit score, or research first-time buyer programs. If you're in a high-cost area, consider co-buying with a trusted friend or family member, splitting the costs and building equity together. Or look into up-and-coming neighborhoods where prices are lower but growth potential is high. Homeownership isn't the only path to wealth, but if it's your goal, every step you take now, saving, researching, planning, gets you closer.
One final area to consider is legacy in the truest sense. Your 20s and 30s are when you start defining what you want to leave behind. Not just money, but values, lessons, and impact.
Put money into things that will outlast you, like a 529 plan for your future kids' education or a trust to support a cause you love. Even small contributions now can grow significantly over time. And don't underestimate the power of sharing your financial journey with others. Teaching your younger siblings about budgeting or helping a friend set up a retirement account creates a legacy of empowerment. Your influence can change lives, and that's worth more than any bank balance. As you move through your 20s and 30s, remember that money is a tool, not the goal. Every dollar you save, invest, or spend intentionally is a step toward a life of freedom, purpose, and joy. You're not just building wealth, you're building a story. A story of resilience, ambition, and the courage to dream big. So keep going. Keep learning. Keep believing in the power of your choices. The future you're crafting is worth every effort, and it's closer than you think. Your 20s and 30s are a canvas of opportunity, a time when every dollar you put to work is a brushstroke shaping a life of freedom, purpose, and impact. As you continue this financial journey, let's explore a few more captivating ways to invest your money that not only build wealth but also ignite your passion and align with your deepest values. These final steps will solidify your path, inspire you to keep pushing forward, and bring this roadmap to a powerful close. One exhilarating place to put your money is into experiences that stretch your worldview and fuel your creativity. In your 20s and 30s, you're uniquely positioned to embrace adventures that redefine what's possible. Consider investing in a transformative retreat, maybe a week-long mindfulness program in the mountains or a cultural immersion in a country you've never visited. These aren't just vacations, they're catalysts for growth. A $1,000 retreat that shifts your perspective on leadership or sparks a breakthrough idea for your career can be worth more than a stock that doubles in value. Or, closer to home, spend on a passion project, like a pottery class, a writing workshop, or a coding hackathon. These experiences don't just enrich your life, they build skills and connections that can open unexpected financial doors, like a side hustle or a new career path. Another compelling area to invest is in your digital footprint. In today's hyper-connected world, your online presence is an asset. Put money into creating content that showcases your expertise, whether it's a blog, a YouTube channel, or a podcast.
You don't need a big budget. A $100 microphone and free editing software can get you started. Share your knowledge about something you're passionate about, finance, fitness, or even niche hobbies like urban gardening.
Over time, this can become a source of income through sponsorships, affiliate marketing, or even a loyal audience that supports your ventures. More importantly, it builds your authority, making you a go-to person in your field. In your 20s and 30s, this kind of visibility can lead to opportunities, speaking gigs, consulting work, or partnerships that amplify your earning potential. Let's also consider the power of micro-investments in your community. Your 20s and 30s are a time to root yourself in a place or cause that matters to you. Look into local investment opportunities, like supporting a neighborhood coffee shop through a crowdfunding campaign or contributing to a community garden. These small acts, maybe $50 here, $100 there, strengthen the fabric of your surroundings while fostering connections with people who share your values. They can also yield unexpected returns, like networking with local entrepreneurs or discovering new investment opportunities. Community investments remind you that wealth isn't just personal, it's about building a world you're proud to be part of. Put money into celebrating your wins, no matter how small. In the grind of building wealth, it's easy to focus on what's next and forget how far you've come. Set aside a small fund, call it your victory fund, for rewarding milestones. Paid off a credit card. Treat yourself to a nice dinner. Hit $10,000 in your retirement account. Book a weekend getaway. These moments of celebration recharge your motivation and make the journey feel alive. They're not about extravagance but about honoring your discipline and progress. As we close this roadmap, let's reflect on the heart of it all. Your money is a tool to build a life that reflects who you are and what you dream of. Every choice, saving for an emergency fund, investing in stocks, learning a new skill, or giving back, is a step toward freedom. Your 20s and 30s are a time of audacious possibility, where mistakes are lessons, risks are opportunities, and small actions compound into extraordinary outcomes. So, stand tall. Trust your instincts. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in the power of your decisions. The future isn't just something you're saving for, it's something you're creating, right now, with every dollar and every dream. Go build it. If this opened your eyes, don't just keep scrolling. Hit subscribe, share this with someone in their 20s or 30s, and start building the future you deserve. Wealth is a decision, make yours today.